I remember I was doing a summer math program. I was sitting down on the bench and whipped out my old iPod Classic during lunch. Today was different though. Instead of listening to music, I would engage in watching a masterpiece. I watched Wall-E. I remember right as the steering wheel thingy got into a fight with the captain, I was called back in. I didn't want to leave. For the past hour, I had been completely and utterly enveloped in a world that was not my own. My math homework, my dying iPad, or my uncomfortable earphones were nothing of the matter. For the first time in memory, I had been part of a movie, instead of just an observer.
My parents are both artists. My father is an animator. So the animation I watched as a young child mostly consisted of the great animations, from more than 30 years before I was born. This meant that seeing something modern, something that had just come out, spoke to the fact that it was something my parents regarded as worthwhile. Pixar was more than that. Pixar movies were something my parents were excited to see, in addition to me.
But I think the impact of Pixar's original 10 films can't be stated in a number or a review. Rather, it's felt in the mind of a child. In an interview, Pete Docter, the now chief creative officer for Pixar, detailed the process of working on Monsters, Inc. He talked about a screen test for the movie early on in development and how audiences were really unenthused. He created a world where a bunch of monsters are scaring kids as a job in a factory, and he thought that would be enough, but found the audiences to be mostly bored. It was at the same time that Docter, in his personal life, had his first child, and was now, for the first time in his professional career, focused on more than just his work. This parallel, after being introduced to Sully in the film with Boo, created the depth of Monsters, Inc. that makes the movie magical. The strength of a Pixar film is created in this storytelling, in the creation of a story that on some level taps into a fundamental truth about life. That is the point that spans across these 10 films, but it's never gone about in remotely the same way. To the credit of Pixar, every time they produced a movie, it was something completely new. A topic that hadn't been done before, with characters that felt human, but usually didn't look it. Whether it be the meaning of family, the fact that anyone can cook, or even that if we don't care about our planet, no one will. At their core, they are human stories. Everything else is the packaging.
Pixar movies used to be beloved for their ability to capture the hearts of children and adults alike, with some of the originals like Toy Story and Finding Nemo showcasing complex themes and storylines. Pre-Disney movies were known for their rewatchability, as they revealed new layers as viewers grew up. However, after being acquired by Disney, the focus shifted to a more glitzy, flashy animation style with a larger budget, resulting in a decline in the depth, nuance, and maturity of the story. Why?
Capitalism!
Pixar wanted to be able to tap into the creative minds of Disney and their endless resources. Pixar also fancied the notoriety of having a big Mickey Mouse on the screen before their films. In the end, though, Pixar's final say was lost. For Disney, it's easier to make a carbon copy movie about princesses that gets okay ratings than a movie about a rat that cooks. The messages became more kid-driven, playing to the lowest common denominator, and any deep, emotional themes or hard-to-digest element was removed in favor of maintaining the audience's grip and attention. This shift has resulted in the decline of Pixar films. Sure, the movies are still good, but they no longer have that Pixar charm. To end it all off, we're going to give our viewers a bit of insight into our favorite Pixar films. So, my tier list of all the original Pixar films. In S tier, we have Wall-E, then Cars. Then in A, we've got Ratatouille, Toy Story 2, The Incredibles, Monsters, Inc., and Finding Nemo. B tier, we've got Toy Story 1 and Up. Then C tier, we've got A Bug's Life.
Alright, for me, Ratatouille's the top, uncontested. Monsters, Inc. is also S tier. A tier is Incredibles, Wall-E, Nemo, Toy Story 2, and then Toy Story 1. B tier is Cars and A Bug's Life, and C tier is Up. You know, the first 10 minutes are great, but not the rest of it.